The drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns has now shifted into something far bigger than depth charts, press conferences, or the usual cycle of quarterback debates. What's unfolding in Cleveland feels like the beginning of a seismic rupture, a moment where years of dysfunction, mismanagement, and quiet frustration finally collide with a force powerful enough to split the entire organization down the middle. And that force is Deion Sanders, a father, a legend, and a man who has spent decades understanding exactly how the NFL chews up young quarterbacks who fall into the wrong hands. When his son, Shadur Sanders, walked into the most cursed quarterback franchise in modern sports history and did something that hasn't been done since the mid-90s, it should have been a unifying moment. Instead, it exposed the fracture lines that were already forming beneath the Browns' foundation. Because what Shadur did wasn't just win a game. He walked into chaos. He inherited an offense that had been sputtering for weeks under Dillon Gabriel, a line that leaked pressure like a broken dam, and a team whose fanbase had learned to fear hope more than failure. He had one single week, with the actual starters. And in that week he didn't just manage. He didn't just survive. He sparked something the Browns haven't felt in decades: belief. That 52-yard laser to Isaiah Bond wasn't luck. That 66-yard touchdown created from a simple dump-off wasn't an accident. Those throws, those decisions came from a quarterback who sees the field differently, who plays differently, who carries himself like someone destined to lead a franchise, not compete for scraps at the bottom of a depth chart. You could see it in Myles Garrett's face, the moment he looked up at the screen replay and realized the rookie under center had made a throw most veterans spend years learning how to time. Garrett, the emotional backbone of this team, responded not like a teammate but like a believer. That's the kind of moment that shifts locker rooms. That's the kind of performance that should silence all debate and declare a new era. But instead, Kevin Stefanski responded with skepticism. Instead of committing to the quarterback who just broke a decades-long curse, he hedged. He danced around the questions. He refused to give Shadur the same instant loyalty he had given Gabriel after multiple losses, multiple flat performances, and multiple weeks of offensive stagnation. That double standard is what lit the fuse. Because Dillon Gabriel didn't have to earn trust. He was granted it. He didn't have to fight for his spot every week. He was given it. And when the team kept losing, when the offense stalled repeatedly, when the locker room began to fracture under the weight of constant ineffectiveness, Stefanski doubled down. Gabriel was his guy, he said without hesitation. Yet when Shadur delivered the first rookie win the franchise has seen in nearly 30 years, suddenly the coach wanted more time. Suddenly it was a week-to-week evaluation. Suddenly, consistency mattered. That kind of inconsistency isn't just unfair, it's damaging. And that's exactly why Deion Sanders exploded behind the scenes. This is not some overprotective father meddling in team business. This is a man who has watched the NFL crush young quarterbacks long before they ever have a real chance. He knows what a fragile situation looks like. He knows when a coaching staff is undermining the confidence of a young player. And he knows when politics, not performance, are guiding decisions. From his perspective, the Browns are repeating the same mistakes that have destroyed quarterback after quarterback since 1999. His son is being held to a harsher standard, asked to outperform expectations on insufficient prep, and then denied the long-term commitment that should follow a historic rookie debut. What makes the situation worse is what happened before Shadur even took the field. He wasn't being developed. He wasn't getting meaningful reps, he was running scout team, a role meant for veteran backups who already know the playbook, not rookies learning the NFL for the first time. Cleveland essentially stunted the growth of a player they may very well need to build the franchise around. And still, even without the right reps, without the right support, without real development time, Shadur stepped into a high-pressure environment and delivered the kind of measured, calm, confident performance that teams spend years searching for. When that kind of natural talent reveals itself, the organization's job is simple: commit, support, and build. But Stefanski seems to be doing the opposite, placing Shadur in the awkward position of having to win his job every single week, as if he hasn't already proven that his ceiling is far higher than Gabriel's. The physical differences alone tell the story. Shadur has the build of an NFL quarterback. He has the arm strength to push the ball downfield. He has the release to fire throws into tight windows. He has the accuracy on the move, the mental processing, the ability to manipulate defenders with his eyes. These are raw, unteachable gifts. Gabriel, by contrast, is accurate and poised but limited. He is a game manager at best. Shadur is something more, something dangerous, something potentially franchise-defining if allowed to grow. The locker room sees it. The defense sees it. The fans see it. Even analysts who doubted his draft value are beginning to admit they may have misjudged him. The only person who seems unable or unwilling to fully embrace this reality is the head coach, whose job might secretly depend on the rookie's success. And that is why this has become a full-blown powder keg. The 49ers game looming on the horizon is more than a matchup. It is a crucible. It is a test that could either validate Stefanski's caution or expose it as a failure of leadership. The 49ers field one of the most vicious defenses in football. Their front seven thrives on collapsing pockets. Their disguised coverages confuse even elite quarterbacks. This will be the game that reveals whether Shadur is truly ready for the NFL stage, or whether he needs more time to grow. But what Stefanski fails to understand is that quarterbacks develop best when given confidence, not uncertainty. When given stability, not threats. When given the sense that their job is to lead, not survive. If the Browns don't commit now, if they continue to hedge and question and hesitate, they risk losing more than games. They risk losing Shadur's trust. They risk losing the locker room. They risk repeating the same mistakes that turned the quarterback position into a graveyard for 2 decades. Deion Sanders isn't fighting because he expects perfection. He's fighting because he knows what respect looks like. And he knows when his son isn't getting it. So now the entire NFL is watching Cleveland. Watching Stefanski. Watching Shadur. Watching Deion. Watching to see if the Browns will break their curse or become trapped by it once again. What do you think? Should Cleveland fully commit to Shadur Sanders right now? Has Stefanski already mishandled this situation beyond repair? And is Shadur the first real hope the Browns have had at quarterback in nearly 30 years? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dive storytelling breakdowns like this one.